Make sure you're still checking out the link in the description, as long as the links to my Twitter and Tumblr, to be checking out any resources to help the Black Lives Matter movement. It's not being shown as much in the media because I know there's a lot more going on like online and in the world, but we are in the middle of one of the biggest civil rights movements of our lifetime, so we really need to stay focused and help support the movement. Alright, so this is a video that maybe I'm thinking too much into it, but I really don't think I am, so we're gonna talk about this, and possibly it might be a series, I don't know. This is the only idea I've had so far for this, but if anybody has other submissions, please let me know, and maybe I'll talk about them and share, you know, stories and stuff. So, I want to talk about things that you didn't realize were misogynistic, and the thing I want to talk about in particular is the food thing. Now, what I mean by the food thing is, so I'm going to use, like, cishet couples specifically, because I feel like that is where a lot of, like, the toxic masculinity and, like, misogyny that people talk about more often is shown. Like, I feel like there's not a lot of conversation about, you know, the misogyny and toxic masculinity in more queer spaces because, one, I feel like we all kind of deal with it, and then two, of course, it's not going to be talked about in, like, this society because the society is very cishet, like, oriented. Maybe I can talk about that in another video, but I specifically want to use, like, cishet couples, and I want to talk about the food thing where, you know, you ask, like, you know, you go out, if you're a cishet man with your girlfriend, and whether it's, like, the movies or a restaurant, and you say, like, hey, do you want anything? And she's like, no, it's okay, it's okay. And then you buy whatever to eat, and then she's like, oh, can I have some? And I know it's like a big meme, and I know it's like because I do the same thing, like when I'm with my mom or whatever, or like I'll get her a snack somewhere, and I'm like, nah, I'm good, and then she gets it, and I'm like, can I have a bite? So, yeah, that's really what I want to talk about. I want to talk about it specifically because, again, I'm probably putting way too much thought into this, but I really do think it's like, I really do think it's a situation where it's so influenced by, like, the toxic masculinity and misogyny and just, like, the complete put down of women and people who identify as women in this society and in this world and in this culture, whatever. Because I feel like it's not specifically an American thing, but I do feel like it's a female, like, identifying / female aligning kind of situation. So my thought process is that women are taught to be small, to be obedient, and to be silent. So a big part of that is, especially if you look at it throughout history, it's a lot of putting the cishet man first. And it's a lot of making sure that everybody else is taken care of before you're taken care of. And then, you know, the sense of being small, you know, think of all, like, the fad diets and, like, skinny tummy teas and all that shit that people sell all the time. And how I said in my video, was it 2 weeks ago? I think it was 2 weeks ago. My memory is so bad. I'm so sorry. You guys already know that. My video 2 weeks ago where fat people are not desirable in this society. I don't know about the world overall. There's a lot of different cultures, but fat people are not desirable. I mean, I am. I'm kidding. There's that whole stigma that fat people are bad and ugly and terrible. So my thought process is that, of course, a girl isn't gonna get food or whatever with her boyfriend, especially if it's, like, a newer boyfriend or, like, somebody you're going on a first date with, because you don't want to seem like a pig, or, like, you want to seem desirable, because that is the way this culture and the society has taught us. It's like, if you're gonna go out to eat with a boy, get a salad. I did that with my ex-boyfriend. I went out with his family for dinner one time, and I got a salad because I didn't want to, well, first of all, I didn't want to use, like, a lot of their money because they were paying for me, but I got a salad because I'm already fat and I wasn't super secure with who I was at the time. So I got a salad because I was like, oh, they won't think anything bad of me if I get a salad. You get a salad, and you get, like, if they offer you get, like, a water or, like, a very, like, light alcoholic beverage. And then if they offer dessert, you're either not hungry, or you get something, like, really tiny and something that's not even that good because you don't want to get, like, the big chocolate thing. And then that's just it. And then the guy, because men aren't socialized and like taught to worry about that stuff, it doesn't fucking matter, because no matter how you are as like a cishet man, you're supposed to be desirable no matter what. You know, fat and disabled men have different qualifications, I guess. I'm not going to get into it. But you know what I mean? Men are taught and like socialized that no matter what, women are going to like them because that's what they're supposed to do. So, you know, then the men end up getting a big like burger or like a big thing of pasta. So then the poor girl it's her first date. She's trying to impress this dude and she's fucking starving because she didn't eat all day. You know, whether it was just because she didn't like, you know, she didn't want to look like bloated in her outfit, or like she's nervous about the date and she doesn't want to get sick. Whatever reason, she's starving and she's eating a fucking Caesar salad that, like, while delicious, she didn't really want. And she sees your delicious plate of like a hamburger with like sweet potato fries and like a giant pickle on the side, and she's like, fuck. So then she asks for a bite. And it's a meme. I don't know if it's like a meme for everybody, but I know for cishet men it's a meme. We're like, yeah, my girl always fucking wants like a piece of my food. And it's like, well, yeah, because of this. I keep saying I'm probably thinking too much into this, but I know for a fact that there's going to be at least one girl/female aligning person that is going to be like, oh my god, yeah, that's exactly what I do. Because again, I've done it. I feel like, I mean, personally, I don't know, you know, if other people would view it this way. I personally feel like very comfortable myself. I'm on the right side of like the feminist movement because I believe in intersectional. I always want to say intersexual. I don't know why. My words get jumbled. I'm on the side of like intersectional feminism. So, you know, I like to think that I kind of can speak on certain things that other people wouldn't think of. Like this. I feel like a lot of women aren't going to think of it this way. And like my mom's probably going to watch this and be like, oh, I never thought of it that way. And okay, so maybe you're not, and maybe you don't think of it that way. But I think as an overall situation, that's what it is. Like in the overall spectrum of society and culture and everything, I think that's exactly what it is. I like to read too much into everything, so haha. And I think it's the same thing with like all the memes of like taking your girlfriend out to eat and then when she's eating, she's like dancing. And I find that that happens a lot more with like couples that have been together longer, like cishet couples that have been together for at least a year. You know, and it's you know, they go to the restaurants and the girl's sitting there eating like a chicken finger and she's like, because at that point, it's like you feel more comfortable in the relationship, so you feel like you don't have to completely shrink yourself to be with this person. They've already, you know, you guys have already had your first fight. You've already farted in front of each other. You've already slept together, whether sexual or like just literally sleeping. So it's kind of like a safety net is there already. So then you can go to like Chipotle and get a big ass burrito with like a huge side of chips and guac, and you can eat it and feel comfortable because you're not trying to necessarily impress your partner. I don't know. I'm just definitely thinking about it in the sense of like personal experience, because I say it in every video, but every time I talk about something like this, I am coming from personal experience first, because then it's an open dialogue. But I definitely did that. The first, like, I went out with this dude with his family, and it was like, was it our first like restaurant date? I think it was like our first like restaurant-y date. And I got a salad in front of his family and I was so uncomfortable. And then like when they bought cheesecake at the end, we went to the Cheesecake Factory. When the family bought cheesecake at the end, I think I got like just I got the plain cheesecake with the strawberries on it, when I really wanted like a s'mores. Or what's the other one I really love? I love the s'mores. I don't like the birthday cake. What was the other one I like? Oh, the very cherry Ghirardelli. That name makes me giggle. Those are like really good and they're really like thick and sugary and chocolatey, and I love those. But I got the strawberry one, which I do like, but not as much because it was light and it had strawberries. And I mean, granted, the strawberries are drenched in like that juice, but they're, you know, they're like strawberries. And that's what I ordered. But I know now that if I went on a date with literally anybody, I would get freaking I don't know. I'd get whatever looked good. Will it be a salad? Maybe. But will it be because I'm worried about what the person's thinking of me? No, because if you're going on a date with somebody and they judge you by what food you order, fuck them. Fuck that. So yeah, like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna make this a series or not. The things you didn't know were misogyny. I kind of want to, but that was the, like I said, this was the only idea I've kind of had so far about it. So if you guys have any other ideas, please let me know. And, you know, if it's not something I am super familiar with or haven't experienced, please, you know, if you're comfortable, share your stories. I'd like to make more videos about this. This and the Serious series, I never thought I was gonna make, but I'm really passionate about them lately. There's another episode of the Serious series coming next week, and I'm really passionate and happy with them. There's gonna be a lot more silly videos after the next episode of the Serious series. I don't have anything like serious planned, but I do have open slots in December for other things we can talk about. So if you guys have any ideas, please let me know. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye! I didn't want to put on a shirt today, so I put on a hoodie, and now I'm sweating so much that all I want to do is take off the hoodie. Great.